Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. My name is Nilaus and we're back here with a start of a big project. This project is going to be the Great GLEBA overhaul, and we're going to be fixing this awful mess that I'm sure that you're sitting there and your head is falling off your shoulders from just shaking rigorously about the awfulness that this is. This needs to be done better, but now we have biochambers, we have stack inserters in all legendary quantities, so it's ready, time for us to get started on it. So let's sort of emphasize or draw out how I want to do it in multiple steps. And first I want to say, what I'm going to present to you in this episode is actually it is my best design in all of Space Age so far. It's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. It works so well, and it's just awesome. So anyway, that was the little teaser to keep you hooked. What we're going to be doing in the next, I think maybe 3-4 episodes, is that we're first going to be focusing on getting the farming up and running. And then we're going to be getting like the basic materials, and then we're going to get like all the rest of the materials. That's kind of what I think. The intention of all of this is that I will be making a new bus down here. I will have four things on the bus. I will have the jelly nuts. I will have the Yomako fruits. I will have the good old bioflux. And I'll have spoilage. Those 4 items are all long spoilage times. Well, spoilage doesn't spoil, so those are the ones I'm going to keep. I'm not going to keep the jelly, I'm not going to keep the Yomako mash, I'm not going to keep any other intermediates. There aren't really that many other intermediates, but I definitely don't want to keep those 2. They will be crafted on the spot, and nutrients as well. They will be crafted on the spot from bioflux. That's my intention, and the reason why I do that is because if I make a bus, it's actually going to be pretty big, and that means we need to make sure that there's a good flow. What I'm also going to be doing is, right now this is a 60 per second belt that's chugging along. What I want is a 240 per second of each of the fruits. That's going to be my target. It might be a little over ambitious, but let's see. So let's talk about how to get there. Well, if I want to get that on the bus, I'm going to need to make a big expansion. If I make a big expansion, I need to use all of this area here for farms. And how can I do that? Well, I can use this farmland out here. This is a, let's see, let's go back here. We can see that this is the, what is it called? It's the artificial soil. But artificial soil is not going to cut it, because artificial soil, okay, so in steps, this little color is the stuff that you can naturally make it on. With the soil, artificial soil, you can also make it on the hot pink. But with the overgrowth soil, you can make it on all of the biome here, all the reddish thing, and the same over on the green one. There is a little bit of the bright green here, and then the less bright green, and then the dark green here. The dark green is then what we want, but that requires overgrowth soils. So that's going to be our objective. Let's get overgrowth soils, and that means we need to start working on how do we get overgrowth soils. Oh, we're seeing that we are getting a little bit of work done here. That's good, which means we are... How are we doing on these? Oh yeah, we're also getting legendary spoilage. That's actually fine. Like, we're gonna get legendary spoilage when some of the nutrient spoils. Why is the nutrient spoiling? It's spoiling because we... Oh no, I have to do that. Yeah, we don't have this one. It'll get here eventually. Then we'll get it. And we'll also get lots of legendary spoilage. Well, that's nice. That's nice, isn't it? Oops. We don't really need a lot of any of this. We don't want to convert more than we need, and then we'll keep it going here. This one should also have trash unrequested. Yep. Fine. Anyway, that was not what we wanted. We want to make over here. We want to make there. This is going to be the overgrowth soil, the Yomako mash, and we're going to go overgrowth soil here, the jelly nut. There we go. And they need water, which should not be a problem because I'm going to get the water from up here. There. And then let's have a look at what it is. So seeds, not a problem. Spoil is definitely not a problem. Artificial soil, not a problem. Water, not a problem. Biter croissants. Well, we don't have a reliable source of croissants, and croissants can only be made on Novice. So we are going to have to make a reliable way of getting croissants inbound. First, we're going to set up some... Okay, they are actually... they're nasty. They're actually really nasty. They might actually destroy this. This might not be the best place to make it. He said, and didn't change anything, right? Yeah, you have those pentabot eggs that are almost spoiling. Let's see, can I just lower these things? Oh my god, that's a lot of... that's not a great idea. That is a really miserable idea. Oh no, then I'm sending it somewhere else. Anyway, I think this is fine. It's not fine. Azure Dragon, where are you? Are you not delivering anything? We are now getting it in from orbit, and it's coming in at a silly speed, and that gets everything else working. That's great. And let's see. Yeah, you're not going to do that. So we are chugging along and making more legendary chambers. Good. Anyway, so let's look at the croissants here. The biter croissants, we are going to make a box here for biter croissants because then we have it nearby. We are probably going to be adding a lot of turrets around it just because that's a good idea. There we go. This biter croissant, we now need to find a way to get it inbound. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a circuit condition. Oh, right, this one, trash unrequested as well. Always trash unrequested if you have things that can spoil. Not really. Then we need to say, okay, if this one, it needs 10 biter eggs for one soil. So that means if I want 1,000 soils, then if it's less than 900, I can take 1,000 more biter croissants inbound. So that's what we want to do. And that means we're going to get like a condition that says, let's see how much we actually have. And I should actually look at that from the logistics network actually. There. If this one, that is the overgrowth soil, is less than 900, because then there's at least 100 more, or the other one is less than 900. Good. So now at that point we're going to be sending a signal, and I'm going to just send a biter signal because why not? We're not using biter signals for anything. That one goes over here, and nope, that goes over here. So that just means that we actually want more biters. We want more biter eggs. And there we go. And then I take a arithmetic there. And then I'm going to say, okay, you take the number of biter eggs, which is the only signal you get inbound, and you multiply it by, let's say, 2,000? 2,000. And then output that as croissants. There we go. So now this is going to be a request that you're going to go from here and all the way back to... It doesn't actually... This doesn't need to be nearby. So it just needs to be nearby this part here. So let's do that. And you're going to go from the network and then... Whoa! Okay, well, they do deal damage every time now. Here. Oh, this is also because I have these. These are the funsies. Right, so now I am having a constant biter request here of 2,000. That's not great. What I'm just thinking about is that if I send something inbound, I really should be always requesting it. Okay, we need a ship. And I've already prepared a ship. And it's of course going to be called the Sulaco. Why? The reference for the Sulaco is from Alien. That is the transport ship that got first infested by aliens, and the one that Ripley is going to see what the hell happened. So I thought that would be a appropriate ship to name this the Sulaco, because that got overrun by aliens. So that's probably also what's going to happen to us. Now I don't want to design a new ship, so we can just make a new, use one of the existing ones, and we're going to use the freighter here. Yeah, that should be fine. And we're just going to overhaul it to just legendary stages for everything. That should be fine. It's just going back and forth. The only thing that we... Oh my god, that sucks. I really just shouldn't do this. I really should just make a laser thing. Can I just convert this easily to laser build? Maybe. Alright, so we find our way back here to Novice. I've also built the Sulaco. Sulaco is now a laser ship. It's on solar panels and accumulators. I don't know if that's going to work. I guess they might just end up with a historically accurate Sulaco build. So I've cleaned out a city block here, and what are we going to do? Well, this is going to be a little bit weird, but let's give it a shot. Oops, that one. Let's say the problem here is that if I want to transport biter eggs, biter eggs have a cooldown time. Well, why do we not see that? There we go. There we go. That's one. So they are spoiling in 30 minutes, and after 30 minutes, they turn into biters. And we don't want to turn them into biters on the ship. So we want to make sure that what we get here is fresh enough that it can go all the way to GLEBA and get dropped off. That's it. Just drop it off. So that's our main concern. So we want to make sure that we can control how much we have. Right now we are controlling in our logistics network that we don't have any. And I want to keep, if I keep 1,000 here so that I can transport it, then it's just risking that what is the risk? It risks that they're really spoiled by the time they get there. Then I can't control the spoilage time. The only way you can control the spoilage time of any of these is actually by keeping them in here. So if you can keep them in here, then they don't spoil. That would mean that if I could do... Oh crap, you're already building? That's not really the intention though. Okay, damn it. Well, let's use foundries instead. Because then we can always just do that afterwards. Alright, cool. That sucks. I guess I should request some rockets just to kill these. Kill this one. And okay, so if I have 5 of these, then if we look at the BITERS here, they stack on rocket to 500. So that means if I do this, then I can fill up one rocket instantly as soon as this one is activating, and I can control the inserters here. I can control those inserters by something. For example, and here, this is something that I think is pretty brilliant, I think. There. If I now take out, you can actually hook this up to the logistics network. This one says, read orbital requests. Outputs the sum of all unsatisfied, super important, unsatisfied logistic requests made by space platforms currently orbiting the planet. So, we're going to see, do we have anything orbiting the planet that is unrequested? Nope. But what about if Sulaco was requesting 1,000 BITERS? Please don't give me 1,000 BITERS. There. 1,000 BITERS. Yes, please. It says nope. Because we only have a little bit available through our recycling up to the legendary croissants. But now we get a request in here. So, that's good. So if, that would mean that what I could do now was saying, if we have a request of BITERS, then that could actually be sent in to these ones. It could actually be sent directly in. There. And that means this one is just enabled when... Where are you here? BITERS are greater than 0. So as long as something is requesting it in orbit, then you're allowed to put it in here. It'll then put in 500. The 500 that comes in will then be launched. And as it launches, it is no longer unfulfilled. And then it will launch another one. And that it'll be fine. So I can... Since I have 2 rockets launched available here, I could just do this one. And voila, we have now 1,000 BITERS, unspoilable, stored, ready to go at the moment's notice. If I get the signal, it'll put in, launch 500, put in, launch 500, and stop. We of course need to still get stuff inbound and outbound. So that's still a thing. That's the rocket parts. So that's easy. I do have one thing though, that by the time it launches, there might be the stuff that's stuck inside of the here. They will still be put into the next launch, and that has to be taken out into a box. That one, and that box should be a special box. Yeah. How do we guarantee that this is? This just needs to be disappeared, right? So this one should actually just be recycled or incinerated even. Ooh, incinerated. Ooh, that's a much better idea. Let's actually make an incinerator so that it just incinerates all of this. And let's put a incinerator. Do we have that? No. Do we have some better ones? No. Shouldn't we have those? Yeah, we should. Okay, well, that's just requesting it. While I was waiting for the burner heating tower to be delivered. Then I just made a little bit of change. What I'm doing now is I am basically saying here that there's a condition here that says if this is greater than 0, then send a one big biter. Why? Because I might need some other conditions. I'm really feeling that if I don't do something different here, then what will happen is that the Sulaco will go to Navis, pick up some biters, go to GLEBA, drop off some biters, go back, pick up some biters, go back, drop off some biters, back and forth. And either it will be overflowing on GLEBA, or it'll be overflowing in orbit. Neither option are really good. So I need some way to make sure that whatever is delivered, is picked up, is also always delivered. So I need to think a little bit about it. But let's... that's why I'm putting in another condition, like maybe I don't want to do that so often. The issue is I can't really send a command. So basically what I would need to do is to say, I want to keep this on GLEBA until what? Like I want to be able to always unload it, but I want to be able to say, you are... yeah, I don't know. You're always going to be... there's a trick that I could do, and that is using sort of a little bit of a baton system, where I am basically taking some specific item and making it not available on GLEBA, and then when I make it available, it'll be sent up here, and then only when it gets up there. That means that I'm going to be sending to GLEBA is all requests satisfied. And then one of the requests will be, I don't know, let's say something that I can produce in GLEBA that I don't really want to have on GLEBA, but that I don't want to export, but I could export it. I don't even know what that could be. But it could be a rare quality of this one, a legendary quality of this, like something I don't need, and that's requested up here. So for example, if you're requesting, this is like a really absurd way of doing it, right? So if I'm not getting it, I can't bring it up here. But that could be like, send it up here, and then once it's received, then that's a signal for it to leave. Because there is no way for me to say, to keep this spaceship in orbit over GLEBA in empty state until there is a request from GLEBA for more. Because that would be like the most logical thing. So I need to be having to make sure that whatever I bring over will always be consumed or destroyed. And that might be actually just the way that I should do it, and just go back and forth, and then just have on GLEBA destroying everything in excess of what I need. Maybe that's the easiest way. Yeah, I think that's how we do it. It's not smooth, but it kind of works. And I think I want 2 of these. It's not quite ready because this weird situation here is not actually a thing yet. I need to make sure that it actually also has bioflux inbound, which means now that our bioflux going to be a little bit more consuming than usual or previously. There. And that's going in. I will always consume the bioflux. There's not going to be any... It feels weird to use the furnaces, but I'm sure that you can manage it. Cope with that. So that means that I have another box here that was required bioflux. And then, of course, since this is a little bit of a dangerous location, then we should have also some laser turrets out here. There, and I think that should be enough laser turrets to cover this. So it's a nice little square thing, and everything works, I think, as long as we have that in orbit. I'm going to be disabling it in orbit for now. And we're going to be having it just go back and forth, and then it's going to follow some kind of rhythm, and once that rhythm is, then I'll just destroy everything else on GLEBA, every excess. I think that's the easiest way to do it. So basically just keep some in stock, like keep 1,000 in stock, and then take the oldest ones and then just destroy those. I think that might work. So this thing here, are we ready to build it? No, we're not. Let's just get this out, and then... Can we make 5 of these on a platform here? Yes, we can. If I make that like this, and then also, I'm not going to make 5, but I just want to kind of see here, and then that would be this location. Yes. Okay, let's remove some of them because I'm not actually going to do it. There we go. Right, so now I think it's time for us to, when we get all these things, let's get the inbounds and outbounds. This will be 100, some of the things that need it. There we go. And this one will be... Now let's get 100 of each. That's consistent. There. And the rocket fuel is also 100. There. So that's all of the requesters. And also here. This will be the bioflux requester. 100. Sure. No, not like that. Actually, not much. Because it's also going to monitor this belt. Because there's no reason to bring it out if it's already full. And I don't mind that it is using a little bit. It has long lead time. And if we just end up using a little bit of that, that's fine. So here, we don't need a lot. I'm just going to monitor that it's less than, I don't know, 20. Just as long as something is floating around, then it should be fine. Then we're going to take all this out and replace it with the actual stuff. Here. Exciting. Yeah. And they're going to go in, and hopefully they'll get some biter eggs. Now they will be disabled, so we can see here, they start making some biter eggs. Not fast, but they will make some biter eggs, and then the whole thing will be done soon, I think. Good. Let's make sure that this one floats. Let's get a little bit more just to make sure. And this one should also be also 50, I think. There. Otherwise, it just probably won't get all the way around. Okay, so now this is... the next issue is that this is producing extremely slow. That's not even the problem. The problem is that I'm not getting any flying robot frames. I forgot to build that again. Never mind. Luckily, we have a good build on Volcanus that we built not long ago. This one is fine. I just unlegendarize it, and then I can build it here. And we're getting the capture rockets done. We're getting all of this done, and then that means we can now go. Let's check that it works. They are setting at 100. They just keep consuming. They keep producing. The first one's setting at 100, but the new ones are not quite at 100, so that's good. And then I'm going to build the other one, smash it down. We get some of those, and the rest one will be crafted soon-ish. What do we have here? 8 of those still remaining. Good. And this one will just never get done. There. Just switch it around a little bit between the ones that are able. Alright, so now we're going to wait a little bit before we do this, and then we're going to be sending up a ship, and that will request 2,000, 1,000 here, 1,000 there. That's going to be 2,000. Bring it over, drop it down. I think we're going to be changing it over on GLEBA here, so that we are actually always requesting 2,000. It's just a matter of us destroying it. So I'm going to be making one here that is active, and this one will just be requesting 2,000 biter eggs. Because we just need... Actually, let's just request all the biter eggs that exist in the world. Yeah! Because we don't want anything on a spaceship. We'd much rather have it down here. And then we'll be put into this box, which from this box, we're probably going to be needing to actually make a little bit of a destroyer. Oh, I was not on the planet. There we go. And then I will be making a destroyer like that. Yeah. And they go when they are more than 1,000 or more, I guess. I don't know how much I should actually get. Use filter. No, oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. It can actually be fit out here, can it? Yes. So when is it actually going to activate? It's going to activate based on the input from the network here. This will say, ooh, okay. We need another condition. We do need another condition. We do need a condition that says that it's gonna go here, that one. Because they actually only should go when I am full on overgrowth soils and full on that. So if this is greater than or equal to 1,000, which is how much I want, and if this is greater than or equal to 1,000, which is what I want, then it just sends a green signal of go, 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 go. Destroy. And I'm going to take this out. And these are going to be then working on the green signal being green. There. Good. So a little bit advanced, but these are requesting, and then they just destroy things. Right, I think this is working. Why is the water not coming in? Oh, it's what? Why is the water not coming in on the requester? Yeah, that's why. Good, we're good. And we have, I want to make sure that we have everything full here. Let me run on over. Let's actually hit a ride on the Sulaco. No, we're not. Ha, that would be idiotic. Let's go back to GLEBA and get ready for our deliveries. So it's time for the moment of truth. There is one thing that is not quite done yet, and that is this exerter. Outserter? Whatever. This one is supposed to take any excess of biter eggs out here, but therefore it should not be available, or it's not be active all the time. It should only be active when it is actually the opposite condition of the other one. So either I'm going to insert it if there is a demand, an unfulfilled demand in orbit. If there's no unfulfilled demand in orbit, then I'm going to remove any excess, because as these inserters swing with 12 per swing, there will be something that's going to be stuck here, and that will complete the swing, and that needs to be emptied so it doesn't sort of deteriorate and degrade in here. Therefore, this one should be exactly opposite. It should be 0. So I'm going to take a copy of that and bring it over there. Good. So now I think we're ready. We're going to go to Sulaco, which I've also changed a little bit. I just looked at it and go like, I can't have this many laser turrets and be relying on solar panels. It's just not going to work. So with all the space that we had left, we can just cram in a little bit of a build here. This will give us 100 megawatt of power, which should be enough for all the laser turrets. So what are we going to do? We're going to set these conditions. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to set all requests satisfied. Yes, that one and that one. And then I'm going to say on GLEBA, I don't care about requests, but what I care about is making sure that we do not have any biter eggs in inventory so that we get that. So I'm going to be activating. Let's make sure there's nothing up here. Activating and activate. It went to 0 and then it goes 50 and 100. And then it says now it's no longer enough to launch the rocket. That's fine. Let's have a look here. It instantly filled in 500 in each. We're going to be looking at what happens afterwards. They still have 45 plus whatever is on the inserter here, and it goes up to exactly 500 more. It fills up so ridiculously quick. What we should look for is what happens afterwards. After this one launches, we will see that whatever is in the hand here, okay, we saw something. They just completed one swing, and then at that one swing, that is now being taken out and thrown out here into the furnace, and they're going to be disappeared. There we go. So that's a very safe way of getting rid of any biter eggs that we'll sort of have, because there will be one tick where the inserters will swing, and they go up here, and now they'll sort of be idle. They'll build up a new part here, and we're going to go to Sulaco, see if this one works. I got the 1000 inbound, and as we get the other 1000 inbound, you can see there's nothing available on the planet. There's just this little thing that circulates in the hoping to generate the legendaries, and it automatically departs towards GLEBA. Let's look at GLEBA here. GLEBAlicious, we are on this planet. Let me go like that. Where was our build? That build is over here. So this should be working, right? And then what will happen now is that we are going to be bringing it in. Oh, hold on. Yeah, okay. These are going to be filled up with biter eggs, but they're not going to be brought in here. Let's hope that that works. I could also make it... I think this is actually where you would want to move buffer chests, right? Because I'd want to build a buffer chest here, but then I'd want to request it over to there from a buffer chest. I don't know. This should be fine, because they are going to get in here. And this one has run out, so we just move it to the back. And let's see. We're going to be really careful about, or really interested about this. Did we export? Yes, we did. There's 0, and you're there. So this one now goes back. I don't think it needs to go this quick. I think we might want to give it like a little bit more time, just to sort of idle a little bit here. Yeah, let's do that. And we are gonna get the things in. Yay, we get the first little bit of this. Maybe that's a little bit excessive. Yeah, these numbers are rookie numbers. Let's see what we have here. This is 50 spoilers. So why would I not just get a lot more of this? Let's just get 200 spoilers, because, you know, spoilers is not exactly the most precious thing in the world. That's not great. And this is exactly what I expected, and someone also commented. As we are doing this part here, we are actually burning through a lot of the seeds, and these seeds will no longer be converted So if I don't have any productivity, then it will be exactly the amount of seeds, or jelly nuts will generate seeds to be self-sufficient. But since we have productivity, where the hell is my productivity? God damn it, I don't have productivity in this. I have, why? Okay, that's why it's not working. I really need to have productivity on these things. Because that's why it's not working. And the best productivity, and this one should also, oh my god, legendarize the damn thing. There we go. Everything gets legendarized. Good, and then I also need a proper module here. There we go. I don't care if it's correct or not. I just need it to be able to, when it procs, I want it to be working with 150% productivity and not the rest. This one might actually be setting up a condition that should say, I could do that. Like, as much as I like to get, this is actually kind of funny. Where are my stacking turtles? There we go. All 2 of them. Woo! All 12. Yeah, it's not a lot, but we'll get some. But I do think that I need to make sure that I don't let this one go unless there is enough seeds in the network, right? So over 100 seeds at least. Over 100 seeds. You're not going to go in there. Anything that goes in must be going in this way. I think that's correct. It's a little bit annoying that I can't use all this, but at least, yeah. Burn faster. Anyway, let's we're gonna do that. So here is a really disappointing thing about GLEBA. Sorry to be such a spoil sport, but there is this agricultural tower. Awesome. What happens when we make it legendary? Do we get legendary farms? No. Do we get faster? No. Do we get better? No. We just get more health. This is a big reason why it's so difficult to scale up on the GLEBA, is because you can't, it does nothing. Legendary does nothing here. It does nothing in terms of speed. It does nothing in terms of making legendary plants. I mean, that would also be weird, but you can't put legendary put product or quality modules in here. So there's just, the only way to scale up is just build more, and that kind of sucks. And by kind of sucks, I mean it really sucks. So we're going to be designing a format, a thing here, and there are probably some people don't like the fact that I'm going to be sticking to my grid. I am going to stick to my grid because it actually is a repeatable grid. If we look at this part, then as it repeats, it is going to be exactly the same. What we're going to do then is, if we look at it, the area around the substation is already lost, so that's fine. Then and so what we can do is we can do a grid here, and we can do that in here, and then it also means that part, right? Because that doesn't change anything. This part here will be lost. This tile, this 3x3 tile, will also be lost because we're of course going to have to do some outputs here. And I am going to do exclusively unstacked, and I am going to get an inbound here. I'm not going to make a buffer on this location because that would take more space. So that's not really what I'm going to do there. So this is basically going to be our grid, I suppose, if we look at it. And what are we going to do about roboports? Well, we're just going to have to accept that we'll lose 4 tiles once in a while because of roboports. I want to have roboports because that's just how I do things. But aside from this is going to be good for every other row. And then aside from that, it'll be okay. So what I want to do now is I want to build everything I can with the normal tile, the cheaper tiles. That means this tile here. So that's not a lot of stuff that can... why is this... Yeah. It's so difficult to figure out what can actually be done. Like, it's so arbitrary. Obviously, well, not completely arbitrary, but this can't be done for some reason. But this little... okay, so the... Yeah, it's because there's some hot pink here, but there's no hot pink anywhere else down here. So this is all the area that we can do, but we can also do that up here. So what I think we want to do is we want to reorganize all of this, which means scrapping everything we have. That means no more. Yeah, so I need to redo this and make it into some really big lines following this pattern here. So we found a use for our legendary stack inserters. Look at this. I built one of these. This one is just supposed to be cleaning up the excess on the belt and just going as fast as it can, just deleting. And you can see that the 3 legendary stack inserters, they are absurdly quick, but they're not even quick enough. And there we go. So this is basically just farming some more of these. I am putting full productivity, so we should gain 2.5 times as much as we want. I'm just kind of trying to empty this belt here. I think that that's valuable and it's necessary, and it's the only thing that I have to do here to get this going. Why is this not actually not really getting them something? Oh no. Why are we not exporting things out here? Oh, this one should also be seeds of all quality, I guess. Did I really forget that long ago? Yeah, I did. Oops. Oops. Yeah, get those seeds out. So that's why it's actually been... Oh my god, that's why I'm not getting anything. Because it hasn't been processing these lovely ones. Oh no. Yep, that kind of sucks. I'm just gonna go with a legendary here as well. Just for no other reason than just see, hey, look at that. I got one. I got one of them legendaries and they work. So this one is basically just trying to generate more seeds because we need so many more seeds. Now I have placed all of the towers that I can do, and then all I need to do is landfill all of this area, and I'm using 3x3 landfill so that I can fit exactly and only put the landfill into these tiles where it is necessary. So I'm not wasting it on everything because, well, it actually requires seeds, so it's something I don't really want to waste any more of than I absolutely have to. But it's kind of an investment that we need to get this going in order for us to get the seeds, or to get the plants, and the plants give us seeds, and the seeds give us more soil, which give us more farmland. So that's it's a self-feeding cycle, and we just need to get it going. And the only, well, not the only, but the main problem of this is really about the seed generation. What we're doing now here, this one is pretty active on the seed generation, absolutely ridiculous. It's if we look at our production of seeds, there we go, and we should see this one on a 10-minute cycle. Yeah, okay, so when we fired it up, it actually got really going, and that's really nice. It's, yeah, this is what we need in order to keep going. And hopefully that will be enough to feed all this, and then that will be enough to consume, because this one has to be always consuming, and only when we are done consuming it and we actually have a surplus after all of these have gotten their little bit in here. They need 10, plus they actually need another 30 in here, so it is quite a lot they need. Anyway, I'm just going to continue on filling this one up so that we can get the whole farmland going. In order for us to actually get a little bit of a feel that, oh yes, we are actually making a bus, then I think I'm actually going to draw this down here. And I'm just going to kind of delete this one. That is going to be a bus build, and I will then be dragging this one out. Here. And this will be that one and that one. So it's prioritizing this way. I am going to do a balancer here. So now it's balanced, and then the whatever remaining, which will be the main part, will now go down to a bus build that I think I have prepared. Yes, I have prepared it. And we're not going to make the bus today, of course, but I kind of want to get started on this so that we can kind of get a sense of what is actually going on. Oh, no. We go through everything. Good. And the only thing that I want to make on this bus to start with is actually the deleter. So we're going to make a new deleter here. And let's just kind of get all this done. I want to make stuff on the bottom side of the bus. We're going to be getting these 2 lanes here. We're going to get 2 lanes of Yamako. Or what are they called? The other mash. The Yamako, yes. And then 2 lanes of... maybe not 2 lanes, but some lanes of... 2 lanes of spoilers and 1 or 2 lanes of Bioflux. That's the intention, at least. Then let's see. So what is it we want to make here? Then that's basically what we just did. And since this was only excess, then we can actually just build it out here. Just make the same little build that we just did. I think we're just going to settle on something like this. And it's probably not even going to be keeping up. But let's see. The issue here will definitely be the output, so this is where we really need those stack inserters going, and especially down there. There. And let's see, so we're going to be destroying this one now, because that is no longer needed. There we go, and then we can get this out here. And once it's done working, we can just take it out and get some of those few stack inserters that we actually have, get those going, and there we go, that can't get any more. Great. And the stack inserters, well, we have 5 left. Well, still, 5 is still 5. And this one will hopefully get going as well. Now we're getting, that's interesting how the stack inserters went in here. Oh, right, that's just because it needed some dedicated location. There we go. All right, so how fast is this going? I don't know. Not fast enough is my only conclusion. I really think that I need one more of this build. Yep. Okay, so let's see if we can get this going. That should be fine. And then I think we're also almost done with this. And there. Okay, this is just a desperate attempt at getting as much as possible of the seeds here. There we go. And it's going to keep going. And this is just basically trying to get more seeds so we can get more of this, so we can have the whole thing flowing all the time, because we need it flowing. We need it flowing very quickly now. There we go. And we start to see, look at this looking good. And they will go up here. Then the last thing I want to see, this is obviously going slowly. The reason why it's going slowly is because if we look at here, let's see, where's the overgrowth, the soil here. This soil is not legendarized. Okay, so that's the first issue, but the main issue is the fact that it needs jelly nut seeds, and those are in short supply. So some of the seeds go in here and become extra soil, 2 seeds for 1 soil, and the rest will just go in and try to populate the soil. So it's a positive feedback loop that we're going to work on. What about over here? This is the one that we've tried to work. It is not working very quickly, but it is looking like we're getting enough of everything. What about this one? Is that working? Oh, look at that. It's already up to 500 something. And let's look at final look at the Sulaco. Sulaco is coming back. It must just have arrived. Yeah, this many 10 seconds ago arrived at Nilaus, and we are getting the rocket inbound. This works absolutely amazing. So this is the primary thing for today, this one, and it is just glorious. It's super amazing. And oh my god, did I forget to put some of these in? Yeah, I did. Well, let's put those in. They should be, let's make it cheaper when we can. Why not? There we go. And we're launching another one, and you can see that. Is that the first one we launch? Let's see. Yeah. No, that's the second one. Okay, so on Nilaus, we should see that something got burned out here. Maybe. Probably. They just keep burning. Even if it's at 1k, then it just keeps burning whatever comes in at the same constant burn rate. There we go. That is all for today. Thank you very much for joining. I will see you guys in the next episode, and there we'll be taking a look at moving further with, well, this one we're going to be doing off camera, and then we're going to be starting working on a little bit off this new bus and trying to figure out what we're going to do here. And yeah, so I hope you want to continue on this journey for the great GLEBA overhaul. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.